Much love and many blessings, and welcome to the Pisces season. Okay, so with this Pisces season, we're dealing with Neptune energy. We're dealing with the watery sign of a ever-flowing, containerless, the last sign in the zodiac. So during this season, we're just coming off the Aquarius season, this fixed radical energy. The planetary placements are still showing a lot of favoritism to Uranus and Mars, Uranus and Taurus, which is really pushing us towards radical independence and new innovative ways that should help to be long lasting. So we're being very sensitive during this time to people around us and the energies around us, also within ourselves. When the sun is in Pisces, especially during these earlier months, like you may be noticing a lot of extra sensitivity to your emotions and the people around you. We're going to be more compassionate and may even be feeling the need to be more interactive and just more aware of subtle emotions and depths. You may even be it's really just a time, because of such a flowing energy, the sign of spirituality, Neptune and that association, this is the time that we're deepening our connection with the divine with each and every one of us. So we're preparing ourselves for that sacred meditation and what ways that we can really just emphasize the things that we truly desire for ourselves at the world as a whole. So that's a lot of energy for the Pisces season. That's a lot of energy for us to be experiencing. So as we're going through the signs, and I'm starting with my Aries, my fiery Aries sign. This last month, really, like with the concepts that have come up, especially with like Durga, and just this last month has been a really just pushing with your own ego mindset and momentum, regardless of the consequences. So as we're moving into this season, this Pisces season, there's still motivations predicated off of the heart. And this energy, when I channel from spirit, I'm going to elaborate on this more with the goddess oracles as far as continued direction. But as I was pulling the message from spirit, and passion came out, which is resonating at the heart chakra. So we had the themes of desire and fun and fulfillment. So there's been this sensation or this momentum that's been building up, or that has built up, predicated off of your actions, that has been satisfying one's own self-indulgences or sticking or creating this assertiveness within oneself. But I want to bring emphasis to Uranus and Taurus, which is speaking to how we're getting back to the collective and benefiting the earth and people as a whole on a long-term scale. So what this is looking like for you, Aries, especially if you've been being very self-centered, obviously ruling or being governed by the first house aspect, if you've been satisfying the needs of governing self or haven't been considering others, it may be leaving you in a space feeling left out, or feeling as if you've arrived at a place but you don't know why you're not quite enjoying it, which is why we see the 5 of coins. So this is literally the equivalent of RSVPing to a special club. You know, it's a cold night, but you got everything set, you got everything good to go, you know you're about to have a good time, and you show up and you get stopped at the door and you find out you're not on the guest list, your name's not on the list. Something's happened. Who knows what happened? Somebody, anything could happen. The universal timing is not in sync. So you're here, you're at the place you want to be, but you're locked outside. You feel misdirected. And if you think about these actions that have built up, especially with 2021 year, and just these urges to not necessarily reconcile, or to just continue to fashion weapons and to continue to move with the momentum to satisfy one's own needs or your own needs, then it's creating this sensation of a reset, which is why the Fool is flopping out as well. And really the question is asking during this time is, the universe and the collective is shifting in such a way that if you're not moving in within the benefit of people and interests beyond just yourself, like what they were saying in American Gods, I is we. If you're not seeing the connection, if you're not finding the divine connection, you're showing up, but you're not really fully benefiting. You're not able to get inside. You're not on the in crowd. You're still trying to figure out where this inspiration is. So for some of you, this could be a learning process or a trial by tribulations of the hardships that you found yourself placed in. Because with the Five of Cups and the Fool is an awakening process, because as you can see, the mermaid is rising out of the water. This is a coming into awareness. Usually when you realize that actions or a cycle or a pattern has been one in which you have not been aware of, or your ego has shielded you from having to see the truth of where you are or what you're doing. As you can see with the mermaid, you see the koi fish in this Pisces season. Where is your energy carrying you? Where are your passions carrying you? Because Pisces flows with the current. And sometimes when you're not in a current that is conducive to you, or is in vein with what is fulfilling to you, you may feel as if you're in the wrong waters. You're flowing in a current that's out of stream with yourself. The Five of Coins is also showing that you have to create your own warmth as well. So with this warmth, sometimes when we're pressed hard enough, when we're placed in a situation, even if it's a prison that's a fashion of our own doing, we come into these enlightenments. What are you starting to see? What gust of cold air is awakening you with the crispness of reality? Where are you finding your source of warmth? What is motivating your desires? And what will give you joy when you find yourself in these hardships and in these spaces where you find resistance, if that resistance is created by you or if it's just a manifestation of the things around you? What are you noticing is a catalyst that is, where are you finding your heart go? That's really what your spirit wants to know. Where does your heart take you when you're in your hardest and darkest place? Where's your happy place, and what drives and motivates you? It's time to step into this consciousness so that you can see and feel what it is that you're supposed to awaken to this season. This Pisces energy is lending itself to you to provide you knowledge. Athena is to lend you a support. It's to lend you the aided wisdom so that you can discern and make sense of what it is that is transpiring for you right now within your heart space that's opening you up. You may need to see that you are not doing what it is that you think you're doing. You may be taking actions and not really thinking these things through. The Fool is showing an irresponsibility and just flowing with the energy. The Fool is a super hypersensitivity to the energy. It's the opposite of the world. The world is the person, is the witch that is in control of her energy. The Fool is the layman, the person that feels this energy but still questions it, feels this energy and doesn't know what they want to do with it, feels this energy and is still trying to figure out where their home is and where their passions are and how to go about achieving those things. With Athena showing up here as well, this is also speaking to a very strong logical aspect, and as far as discerning what it is that you are creating, what are you fashioning, what is it that you are creating within your space? Athena is the goddess of intellect and strategy. This is also confirmation from spirit to let you know the power of knowledge. You are in a perfect position to gain greater clarity at this time. Your hard work is paying off, and everything you have learned about life has brought you to this moment in time. Your knowledge, logical choices, and intentions are aligned with the divine will. Your intellect is keen and your mind is clear. You know what you have to do. Right now, the world is making sense and you don't have to question or debate it. You can take things at face value if you think it adds up. That's because it does. Have courage, my love. Your most precious dreams are with you and are within reach. And the goddess is here to confirm that she's here to help. So with Athena showing up here as well, this is also a call that we're taking too much action without consideration of what these actions, what the domino effect is. Who else is affected by these things? The Fool showing up is a call to awareness, to awaken to what it is that is the state of our heart, the alignment of our heart. Because if you have a corrupted heart, you're still going to be motivated by corrupted things, and you're going to create corrupted seeds, and your fulfillment is going to be corrupted, or is going to be skewed. What's going to be fun for you is going to be skewed, and your fun may even be predicated off of other people's suffering. It's time to take account of where you are now so that you can truly bask in the fact that, hey, maybe you might not even know what's driving your actions. The fact that the Five of Coins and the Fool is here is also a reflection that you maybe have brought yourself to a point where you feel as if you don't know where to go, how far further is, and you're too far from the beginning, and you're simply just stuck in the middle. Five is a transition. And with the coin showing up, this is a physicality of Earth. So this means that this is actions and work that you put in, and you're looking at what you have before you, and you might feel like you have more work to do. You might even feel like you put the work into the wrong thing, and you're wondering how the fuck did you got here. It's time to take that divine breath within yourself and call to yourself and speak the words of passion and ask yourself where this energy comes from. Where are my passions, and what is healthy for me to allow myself to achieve these passions? Have I been really taking considerate action to the desires of my heart and where these motivations are driving me? Where am I at this present moment? Am I happy with the passion that's generated from this space? As the Pisces season shapes up for you, this is also another call as well to take a breath. You've been moving too fast. You may even have been just taking action simply because you have the power and the will to do so, but not necessarily making the best use of the energy. Take your time and meditate on this as this Pisces season flows, and ask yourself to discern and bring awareness to the waters that you're finding yourself in, and if there's still waters that you want to be in.